Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 8 of Crusader Kings 2 as Mercia. We are playing with the Monks and Mystics DLC. I am coming straight into this play session just after playing some EU4, so hopefully I can remember what I was doing. And I've completely forgotten what I was doing at the end of the last video as well, so I guess we're just basically going to have to see how things happen. An opportunity to strike at the foolish followers of the false gods has presented itself. Their priests in Abingdon are ignorant of the true state of the world. Tear down their idols and steal their wealth in the name of Satan. That's interesting. So how do we do that? So we want to desecrate the temple to complete this mission. Oh, there's a Desecrate Temple option. Is this something new that's been added? Have they actually added new actions that we can take? Sacrifice to Satan, that's always been there. Summon Familiar, Tainted Touch, Demonic Possession, they've always been there. Dark Divorce, Dark Healing, Invite Disciple of Satan. So, yeah, it must be something that was already there. Okay, well, we'll accept that. Now, Abingdon. Where is Abingdon? I have no idea. We want to find a title or region. Bishopric of Abingdon is in Oxford. Okay. So we right click. Do we actually need to go on the bishopric itself? Speak to the bishop. Maybe it's you. Demonic possession, recruit Satan, attempt to abduct, change council position. I'm not seeing it. Right click to interact. Right click on the Shield of Abingdon and Desecrate Temple. Oh, okay. Do that then. If that's all we have to do. I've not had that one before. My preparations and plans have been made. A servant has been bribed to leave the side door in the temple in Abingdon open so that I and some faithful servants can enter and do the dark biddings of Satan. It is time. So we've got unlanded sons. We could do with trying to take some more land, really. As I and a group of my faithful make our way through the church in Abingdon, I spot a priest tending to their duties in the middle of the night. Kill them. Dead men tell no tales. Avoid them. No need for extra risk. Let's try and avoid them if we can. Navigating our way through the small church, I and my companions have entered a small room that goes for the inner sanctum. The room contains the sparsest possible honourings to the god and scant few decorative idols and relics. The state of this place shows clearly the superiority of our cause. These relics shall be put to better use. My use, 5 gold, or burn all in the name of Satan. Well, we're going to burn it for the dark power. We don't really need 5 gold. We're making a lot of money. The night is silent as we exit the church. Our foul rites making sure that the holiness of this place is tainted for some years to come. So Catholic loses some moral authority and we gain another 200 dark power. So that puts us now up to 584 dark power, which is quite nice. How are we doing in the grand scheme of things in the list? I'm married to a woman I love, and it's such a blissful state. I wish everyone could experience love such as ours. So we get rid of the stress. Okay, let's just pause for a second, because stuff keeps popping up. Oswald has declared Peasant Revolt for Bedford on me. Great, fantastic. Peasants have risen up. Fantastic. Okay, so... where is my score? 356. We're not far behind. Okay, so what about... So this is just a peasant revolt, really. It's not even a rebellion. It's just peasants. So what we're going to do is going to hold down Control when we click these, and then that way it won't accidentally raise any armies in provinces that are controlled by hostiles, because otherwise we would be trying to raise armies up here, and those armies would be getting, you know, attacked. So we're trying to avoid that. We're calling a few of our allies. We don't need to call them all in, but just having a handful of extra men around. I can't stop thinking of all the prisoners in my dungeon. They're at my complete mercy. What a thrill it would be to hurt them. So we can gain some piety, or yeah, we'll just gain the piety. I'm not really bothered about doing that. Yep, so we've got a couple of people coming in to help. Yeah, there we go. So that's like an extra 1,200 men. So hopefully if we all group together... yeah, both of you please attach to my army. I do love that they've added that now. EU4 could do with that as well. I know you've got an option with EU4 where you can tell your vassals and things to be aggressive or be supportive, and you can allow them or disallow them to attach to armies, but you can't force them to. And the AI is very unreliable. It's like you'll be... excuse me, you'll have a stack, an army stack, combined with an allied army stack or a vassal's army stack, and you'll be in a position where you can quite easily defeat an enemy army if you all move together. The number of times I've seen it where you move to attack and your vassal goes in the opposite direction, all that could be solved by having a similar option to this. You've been approached by an old priest who is offering you an exorcism. He claims he can free you of your demonic possession. 40% chance that we lose a lot of the negative effects. 20% chance we'll begin to feel unwell. 10% chance we'll be wounded. We don't want to be paranoid. Maybe some time of rest. Now, what happens if we become zealous? Does that stop us being a Satan worshipper? We'll give it a go. We'll see what happens. The wife of a king has been spending a few days in Leicester. It's been a very nice experience meeting her. Maybe our peoples are not that different after all. Changes nothing. We don't want a non-aggression pact. So we'll just wait until this last group gets into place. I could do with not leading the centre as I am craven. I've got terrible commanders all round at the moment. We don't have any decent commanders at all. Well, apparently we do, but I don't know where they are and what they're up to. But everybody else seems to be appalling. You are my son. It's Tratos. You are strong. But you can fight. You're terrible. There are some better people. There's quite a lot of better people. Let's go ahead and have our son and heir. It's a bit risky using the heir, to be honest, but I mean, he's got good martial score, so he should be alright. And against rebels with a superior army size, we should be okay. So if you guys would actually, you know, attach and stay attached, and then we can go over here and do a little bit of fighting. What we also need to do as well... no, we are fabricating up there. Okay, that's good. We have an open council position for our court chaplain. Let's go ahead, and you're a malcontent. You are a relatively decent chaplain, though. But you're not terrible, and you don't dislike us. So we'll use you, and we will go and do the usual improving relations with the Pope. It's usually the best thing to get you to do anyway. So we'll have to have a look around and see if we can get a few more CB. See if there's anywhere that we can potentially grab. Now, Kent here, you are my tributary. That is good. Okay, so that we've got 100% now on this. So we'll go ahead and offer peace. Get you nice and locked up. And we will go and disband the levies and stuff. A child lacks a focus. It is Harden, who is our illegitimate son. We'll go ahead and give you struggle. Usually works out quite well most of the time. Now, what is this and who does it belong to? You are my tributary, aren't you? Yes, so I can't even just grab that from you. What about down here? Huis is also my tributary. don't share any sea zones with these, so we can't declare a war against you. Do we not actually have a direct CBA? We can make you a tributary, but I'd rather actually just start taking the land, to be honest. Oh, we've managed to build our war chest. Fantastic. Forgotten about that, because we did that in a previous. Isle of Man up here. That's part of the Kingdom of Pitland, isn't it? You're having some interesting issues up here. What about if I was to declare war on you? Could try and make you a tributary. Which makes me strong, but I want to try and get everybody integrated as much as possible. Speaking in tongues will be removed. Fantastic. Because that gives us a lot of negative... become King of England. Well, we'd like to try it. That speaking in tongues was giving us a lot of negative diplomacy. So... we're still not a particularly brilliant ruler. We are 58 years old. We're doing quite well. Making a decent amount of money. Now we've built that war chest, though, we can really go in and start getting some upgrades in our cities, I think. Fort level, light infantry and archers. Anything that gives us a few more men is not a bad thing. Northampton has been slightly more upgraded. Militia training grounds, stables, cavalry is always good as well. And do we want to do anything in Derby? I mean, I thought at some point I was probably going to give it away. Let's go ahead and get the keep for now. Because having more soldiers is always better than having fewer. Got some special titles we can give away. Let's have a quick look and see how our kingdom likes us. Three buttons on the mouse, you know, it's a 1 in 3 chance that I'm going to click the right one that lets me scroll. Left mouse button moves the window, middle mouse button moves the map, even though I'm mousing over the window, and the right button scrolls the window. It's like every single game and program you use, it's done in a different way. It's a little bit annoying. So most of the bishops and priests and stuff don't like us. We don't care too much about those. They are my direct vassals, but we can't really create any... duchies at the moment because we're not actually technically a king. Let's have a quick look at the laws. Doesn't look like there's anything we can change, unfortunately. Not for a few more years. We have lost our wife, though, which is unfortunate. Was it you that lost yours? What happened? Oh, no, that is betrothed can marry. Yes, well, we want to get that done. But I am now unmarried. Okay, so we need to find a new wife. Do we have any lovers? We do have a lover, which is the fox. So, can we marry you? We'll marry our lover. Because I seem to remember that she actually had pretty decent stats. Yeah, she's a 22, 95, 21, 10. So that is decent. So she's my wife and lover. I wonder if that, like, double stacks. Interesting. Okay. Important decisions are available. Apparently we're short of a court physician again. So go ahead and do that. What is your chance of actually fabricating the claim, good sir? 10.68% chance yearly. Would you mind getting your finger out of your butt and getting on with that, maybe? Your ranger's report of a suspected witch living in the outskirts of the realm. They have never been able to prove that the woman practices sorcery, although the villagers do not trust her. She is willing to put her medical mixology skills to good use in your court and offers to become your physician in exchange for naught but a small vial of your blood. A most strange offer. She's lustful, she's diligent and temperate, she's disfigured, she's arbitrary, and an intricate web weaver. Give it a go, see what happens. Okay, the suspicion's gone away. That's a good thing. It's nice when people stop being suspicious of us. Are you actually my court physician now? She apparently is. So that's that done. So we need to be able to start some wars We could go ahead and declare wars against... We can, like, tributary all of Ireland, to be honest. Probably not a bad idea, because we've got a lot of sea zones that we share with them. Let's go ahead and make you a tributary. You would call in the Kingdom of Pictland. That is not good. What about anybody else? We could pick on you. You would come in, call in Pictland. No, hang on. Pictland's on my side. Pictland would come in on my side. Yeah, these are my allies. Whoops. Okay, fine. So, let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and raise our armies together. I don't think they're going to have many troops. So, let's get everyone in the right place. And just get you all grouped together. He came to me while I slept. It seems almost as if it were a dream. He had 3 heads, the body of a man, the legs of a cock, and the tail of a serpent. He taught me something about myself I had always known but denied. It's wrong, but it feels right. We gained the trait homosexual, which doesn't really make any difference, because even as a homosexual, although it reduces your fertility slightly, you can still have children if you need to. We'll get a few more people involved in this. The more tributaries we can get, the better. I intend to try and work on grabbing Wales next, so as a result, I'm not going to be trying to make Wales into a tributary. We're going to start trying to eat the land there. I wasn't too sure what to do when the devil himself whispered to me I should talk to one of my denizens of my dungeon. As I listened to the prisoner's appeal for mercy, Satan whispered to me once more that they weren't very sincere. Perhaps a little more time on the rack would help him. Some random person loses some health. That is fine. Speaking of the dungeons, do we have anyone that we could possibly sell? I say sell, ransom. Let's ransom you off. Let's go ahead. You're not really worth it, so we'll just forget about that for now. Although 10 gold is 10 gold, I suppose. So let's get everybody together. You are actually getting some guys over here. We shouldn't be leading. Let's have our son right in the middle. Again, we appear to be a little bit short on the old commanders for some reason. Not a huge number of decent people. But we've got some marshal. We'll just basically stick all of our sons in the army. It'll be fine. Nobody will care. So we'll put you in. I'm not going to be leading this, so we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go down here and try and chase you down, because obviously you're already trying to get over here. We should be able to wipe your army out, and then we're going to go up there and just start. You're actually going in from this side, which is nice. Obviously there's a couple of different ways of getting in. We're going to go and try and chase this army down. It's being a little bit annoying by sort of cutting through my territory. Ah, there we go. I think we finally caught him. Now, you can actually have more than one war going at... no, you can have more than one war going at once, but we can't start a second war because we've got the levies raised. But it's not such a bad idea to lower the levies in between wars anyway, because by doing that, it gives chance for them to sort of rebuild. We would like you to back our plot to kill a random courtier. Sure. My nights are plagued by terrible nightmares featuring the vile Elend, my rival brother in darkness. He howls and roars at me. Let's invite him over. We might get the negative event, but I'm hoping that we don't. As Elend had arrived for our meeting, my servants threw a sack over his head. It took some time. Yeah, it looks like it's done. Gives us dark power. We become a poet as well. What do you want us to do here? Capture and sacrifice a virgin. Okay, we can do that. Let's go ahead and look for a nun. There are no nuns anywhere. Let's look for female. Doesn't necessarily have to be female, but if we can find a younger female, they're most likely going to be a virgin anyway. Does someone say we can capture children? Attempt to abduct. Isn't that our own daughter, though? No. We'll attempt to capture her, see what happens. It's only a kid, we might get it. We've put out the word, let's see what happens. We'll go ahead and siege that down. We'll just try and get as many of these guys to be tributaries as possible. If we look at our Diplo relations, yeah, so all the purple is tributaries, basically. Approve the scheme. And obviously, that's sort of like a pinky purple colour. The actual true bluey purple colour there are allies. We managed to snatch her. Fantastic. Now I've got to try and find her again. Is she technically in the dungeons? She is in the dungeons. Sacrifice to Satan. Apparently we can do it. Even though it's only a child. And I haven't ever sacrificed a child before. Slightly different text. Your acolytes place little Margaret on the altar and fasten her firmly in place. You step forward and her confusion suddenly becomes terror as she sees the knife in your hand. Her pitiful scream has only just begun before you slit her throat. Satan prefers innocent souls. Extra power. Fantastic. So we're going to continue on with this war, but I think we'll do that in the next video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying CK2. I'll see you next time, and until then, goodbye for now.